feel like I've painted a very good and detailed picture of Bella Swan, and you're probably sitting there, you know, you saw the title of the video and you were like, oh my god, okay, time for this amazing and detailed picture of Edward. Listen, okay, who is Edward? Who knows? Not at this point, we don't know. He's some dude. He's some dude. Saves Bella a bunch, that's a good thing, I guess, but he does watch her sleep and he does eat her tear, and I can't get over the fact that he eats her tear. I'm only doing the first Twilight book right now. It's from Bella's point of view, which means we see Edward from Bella's point of view, okay? And she's fucking obsessed with him. We all know this. And therefore, it's kind of really fucking hard to paint this really good picture of Edward. Like, she literally, at the end of the book, when she wakes up from her injuries, she sees Edward and she's like, dude's an angel. I'm in heaven. Which is crazy. He's just a man. Who sees a man and thinks, oh, I must be in heaven? Sounds like hell to me. Anyways, she sees the Cullens for the first time for the cafeteria, but she only really notices them when she enters the cafeteria on that very first school day. And this is what she has to say about Edward. The last was lanky, less bulky, with untidy bronze-colored hair. He was more boyish than the others. I mean, it's a fairly okay description. Like, she's not obsessed with him yet. She continues on describing the Edwards, the Cullens, and she says, their faces, so different, so similar, were all devastatingly, inhumanly beautiful. So he's like portrayed as this beautiful, perfect man, you know, that does hint our ability to analyze him and to see what kind of a person he is. And I am going to be doing Midnight Sun next, so I am going to be able to go more in depth into Edward's character. But I guess here in the Twilight book, this is more about Bella and Bella's perception of Edward than anything else. So even when she's angry at him, you know, she's still like, this man is fucking perfect. I hate him. You know, Edward was standing by the foot of my bed, smirking. I glared at him. It wasn't easy. It would have been more natural to ogle. I can't really tell you much about Edward. We can see his flaws. We can see that there's something fucking going on in his brain because he's constantly like, hey, don't be friends with me. I'm a bad person. And I mean, it's because he's like, Bella would be a tasty snack, but like in the homicidal way. He's a freak. He's a freak. But you know, we still see his flaws a little bit. He's, you know, they still come through a little tiny sprinkle amount of that comes through even through Bella's filter, through the lens of Bella. Goddamn girl has issues. She needs therapy. I don't understand why Charlie didn't send her to therapy. So I mean, he's very over dramatic and overprotective. When Bella goes to the push with the people, with Mike and co. I only remember Mike, Jessica, Angela, Eric, Lauren, and Tyler. I think, yes. He tells her to not fall into the ocean, and she trips on that trip, and she scuffs her hands. And when she comes back, Edward's like, "Oh, you didn't come back in one piece, bro." Just some scuffs on, like, she's fine. Yeah, so he's very overprotective of, and we learn even more about that in Midnight Sun. But obviously, this is just Twilight. You know, in Defense of Midnight Sun coming soon. Subscribe to catch that. Am I doing the self-promotion thing correctly? I don't know. He eats one of her tears at one point, and it's definitely a flaw. That definitely is a normal person behavior. I still don't really understand. It gets weirder when you find out why in Midnight Sun, by the way. Just so you know. He lies to Bella at the very end of the book. He says, I won't leave you as long as you want me. And then New Moon rolls around. I fucking hate Edward. I'm biased against Edward, okay? We hate Edward. We love Bella. But here's the thing. We're allowed to do that. We're allowed to hate him. We're allowed to hate the bitch. He watches Bella sleep, and she's fine with it, so we're fine with it, but we shouldn't be fine with it. Bella shouldn't be fine with it. I mean, there's a lot of things wrong with Bella, so we know why she's fine with it, but she shouldn't be fine with it. In Midnight Sun, we do learn that he watches her sleep because of that overprotectiveness, so we're kind of like, it's not that bad, I guess. It's still weird. It's still very weird. That is definitely a mark in the flaws column for Edward. Bedward. I mean, he does want to eat Bella. That's probably a flaw. I would put that in the flaw column. He has a couple screws loose. He's not perfect, no matter what Bella wants us to believe. When she learns he can play piano, he's like, "What can't you do?" She's like, "You're so perfect. Oh my god." And Asma's like, "You've been showing off." And it's like, of course he's been showing off. He's courting. There isn't much I can say about Edward. There isn't much, but I needed to go over it before I go over the relationship. But yeah, no, Bella thinks the sun shines out of Edward's ass, and it make this video kind of impossible to make. And that's it. That's it. That's the video. That's the video.